Hey Michael, Vsauce here. Today we're going to be playing some Getting Doki Literature Club, of course. I know you guys have been dying for a part 2, so here it is. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? Forgot the whole thing of me just reading. Christ. If I had a boyfriend, then I wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you can take care of me better than anyone else anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little easier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are of taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Aw, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Jesus, she just came out of nowhere. Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! I'm like super tired right now. I'm sorry if I'm not like more high energy, but shit be like that sometimes. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't find much inspiration, since I've really never done this before. Now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Oh, shit. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same, myself. Alright, who should I read first? I'm going to go with Yuri. Just because. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh! So sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading it, though. Ah, so it's that bad, huh? Yes. No. Did I just raise my voice? Sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it had been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And I've been through that myself, and kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing that I can recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning this by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you a valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, this isn't supposed to be a literature club. Isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glows. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The cost yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. What the fuck does that say? Breathing air as of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Ooh. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. You do! I couldn't understand that word. What? I wasn't thinking of that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Yeah, it's very nice, but you know, I can't read it. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it's very descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's your first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, you know? Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically fuck you, English, is being compared to a ghost, lingering in the last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting that away. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Ooh, another poem. Let's go with Monica. Hi. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Glad. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever had any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring these things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry about it. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But that's the sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had these sort of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. The fuck you saying about me, Sayori? It sounds like you two are really care about each other's well-being. Fuck you, English. Even if you would show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So, I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure are not reading into... Are you sure you're not reading it in too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's handwriting is kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. You knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too. Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. It's okay. I'd love to try new things with you. What? That's the best way to feel. That's the best way to find the kind of style that best suits you. English just hates me today. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of style. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction that spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. Oh, that's some deep shit. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, my kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. Now, when performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how I put it. I guess you could say some kind of epiphany recently. I've had some kind of epiphany recently, and it's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on one point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Don't force yourself to get something down on a paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, 2 more poems. Let's go to Sayori. Oh my goodness. This is so good. I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't just like it because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a muffin poem. And that makes it extra special. Like, I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy that you just wrote that. Really happy just that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like what I said before. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things is like for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Yuri. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright. I'm going to hold on to that then. Yay! Now then, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. But we'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Okay. Sayori. This is just a guess, but... Did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Alright, last poem. Natsuki. Oh, the tiny one. You're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? You think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort into it. We'll start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve. Just be better. But you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Doesn't rhyme. Yeah, I told you you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But it wasn't the point of the poem for people to express themselves. Your writing style shouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read but hits you hard. I like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to read it about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it all fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling of in the last line. Fuck you, English. Jesus. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Yeah. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her on her last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki is feeling proud. Then I wouldn't take that away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. Oh man. I glance around the room. This was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what happened. I guess that's why I ended up getting myself in. Fuck you, English! Jesus! I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes laid on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange their sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As I read in tandem, I watch each other's expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem onto the desk in one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you had to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I really don't... But it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. God damn it. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and he did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anything anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Huh? And Muffin liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Huh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Ooh, it's getting juicy. Maybe you're just jealous that Muffin appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything... I do overly cutesy. Huh? Is everything okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Muffin started showing. Oh, yeah! Oh, that's great. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting you guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was standing there. Muffin, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Oh, this is so good. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poem all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force themselves to figure it out. Help me explain that to her. Well, wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning in the most effectively. Avoiding them is not necessarily limiting yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that, right, Muffin? Well? How did that get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think I'll think more highly of me. Natsuki? You're right that I liked your poem. Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? You're a seriously talented writer. That's no secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took that way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenched her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, and at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling even bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me having to look at all your faces right now. Oh. Damn. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki... She didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri had her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at the desk. I gingerly approach her and sit at the adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone have gotten frustrated over being treated like that? You handle it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have this part of the club. Thank you. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, What thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Jesus. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Muffin, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk to everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about what kind of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing them. Impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Muffin, ready to walk home? Yeah, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm enjoying it though. Sayori. About what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that thing happen often? No. It's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. Go away. Jesus. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Muffin? It's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone likes you too. Every day is going to be so much more fun. It looks like Sayori hasn't caught on to the situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Whew. Oh man. Alright, so we gotta come up with another poem. Okay, we got our poem ready, and we're gonna see what everyone else thinks in the next episode. Thank you guys for joining me. Please feel free to leave a comment, leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe. See you all next time. See ya.